Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, where we are investigating the one room I believe we're allowed to actually look at. Mr. Winter was very clear that you're only allowed to investigate this room. That clears that up. So I'm afraid I can't let you pass. Sorry, sir.
It wouldn't make much difference if you did, officer. You're standing in front of a wall.
Oh, but we all know a few bricks won't stop you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, sir. Wow, he actually sounds kind of scared of you. What kind of reputation do I have down at the precinct?
It seems the elevator is only accessible to select individuals.
I wonder what's upstairs.
Among other things, the medical room. That's where Mr. Gusto is being treated.
I hope he's alright. We've got some questions that need answering as soon as he wakes up.
Since there's no way of knowing when that might be, we should explore other avenues in the meantime. This is a selection of trophies won by Paul Leak, or rather Artie Frost.
Slightly reminds me of the pirate in Romancing Saga 2. It's probably just the hat, which is not much to go off of, but that's where my brain went.
Evidently, he was a very well-respected artist.
You've got one too, Mr. Edgeworth. So it's about time I won one too. Guess I'll have to find some thieving contest to enter. Or you could send something up, something with a nice ceremony at the end, all that.
Yes, followed by a swift round of arrests.
Oh yeah, you.
Do you mind, Mr. Winter? You're in my way.
I do mind, actually. I'm not going anywhere. You'll just have to go around me. Well, we just thought you might want to move to a better spot, that's all. What better spot? I demand you show it to me at once. Is that really all it takes to make you do whatever we want? Oh! The door here is marked with a nice autumny-looking tree.
Yet it leads to the winter wing. I suppose it's all part of the deception.
I can steal the leaves if you like. Make things a little more wintry.
I think you'd better leave them alone, Kay.
Ooh, no. Don't think you've gotten away with anything, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be reporting your actions to the committee.
Do whatever you need to do, Judge Gavel.
And we'll do the same. You're the self-styled great thief, correct? No, totally different person. Mr. Edgeworth's association with such a character will be of interest to the committee too, of course. Go ahead and report me to your stupid committee. I'll be the toast of the thieving community. Looks like Judge Gavel will have to think up some new threats if she wants to intimidate Kay. This thing in front of the door is a fir tree, right?
Yes, they're usually associated with winter, but this door leads to the autumn wing. I suppose it's all part of someone's elaborate ruse.
I could paint it red for that autumny feel.
Never gonna stay green all year round, Kay. Hence the name.
Sure, I knew that. Hello there, dearie. Still investigating away, are you? Found anything interesting? No, dearie. Well, nothing much anyway. Oh, silly girl, that wasn't a dearie moment. That was more of a lambkin. Sweetheart is for when you're being sympathetic, of course, and treasure is for when they're in a tiz. Love is for people you're not that keen on, and petal you use when you're trying to get someone's attention. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize there were so many rules. Mr. Edgeworth, petal, I hope you're getting all this down.
Don't even try it, Kay.
Oh, dearie me. Alright, Laurice.
I'm going to keep this simple, Larry. You're hiding something, so just tell me what it is.
Whoa, quit it with the glare off, you two. It's weird. Oh, come on, Kay. You know me better than that. I wasn't staring. I was struck by an idea for a picture. Edgy, he was glaring.
Yes, and I'll keep glaring at you until you tell us what it is you're hiding.
Quit it. I already told you I'm not talking to you anymore.
You're talking to me right now.
I mean, from now on, I'm not talking to you ever again, starting now. This is getting me nowhere. I suppose I'll have to figure out what he's hiding first before I can get the whole truth out of him. What are you hiding?
Oh, come on, Larry. What are you hiding?
Not saying. Look, you two, this is no time for kids' games. Well, I certainly wasn't playing. It's pretty clear Laurice isn't going to talk to you.
No, he'll talk. Don't you worry about that.
I need to know what Larry is hiding, and I think I might have an idea of what it is. Perhaps presenting him with the right piece of evidence will force him to come clean. Oh, what do I got? What was it? Yeah, this.
Would you mind taking a look at this for me, Larry?
Why would you show me that?
Now tell me, what it is about Miss Bound's tea set that's got you so agitated? If you won't tell me, then perhaps you'd prefer to explain it to Judge Gavel.
Wait, don't make me look bad in front of Verity. She thinks I'm a sensible, cool, clean-cut guy. I don't think any of that's true. I don't want her to see the real me, the low-down, dirty me.
I'm not sure anybody here thinks you're particularly clean-cut, Larry. But if you don't want her to think badly of you, the best thing you can do is talk to me.
Alright, I'll talk. There we go.
Alright, Larry, enough is enough. Now confess.
Is this any way to treat your best friend, Edgy?
Is this any way for you to treat yours by lying to him, hiding things?
I get the picture already, so stop glaring at me like that. I'll tell you everything, okay? Earlier, I thought Verity might like a cup of tea, so I went to pour one for her. But I got distracted and my hand slipped and smash. I broke the teapot, a priceless work of art. It's in pieces because of me. No words exist to describe how far away I saw this coming from. Ouch, you really messed up this time, Clarice. See, Edgy, everyone's gonna think less of me now. Judy's never gonna forgive me for this.
Crying to me won't do you any good. I think you need to apologize to Miss Bound.
Teapot, I see. I'm so sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll paint your portrait. I'll paint you 50 portraits. Please, Mr. Donim. It's really me who should be apologizing. How could I have failed to notice that there were broken pieces of ceramics on the floor? Somebody could have been hurt. Here, let me make sure that's safely disposed of.
The teapot in question was designed by Artie Frost, correct? I understand it was something you've long treasured. You must be upset.
Oh, I am. Of course, all things break eventually. I don't like how suspicious she is. And as luck would have it, I have another identical teapot. It's far from the end of the world. Is she less attached to Mr. Frost's work than she used to be? I can't believe this, Judy. You're the sweetest, the kindest. This other teapot you're talking about. It's the one sitting on top of the cart right now, right? What do you mean? Yeah, so when I smashed the first one, I tried to hide the pieces at the bottom of the cart. And that's when I saw that other pot under there. So I took it out and basically switched the two pots. That's why it tasted different or smelled different. Larry swapped the pot he broke with a different one. I see. Yep, and that's everything I have to tell you. Where is that? Oh wait, shoot. I don't think I can look at that. I'll be extra careful not to break the other one, I promise.
You have no shame whatsoever, do you?
I'm sorry. It's really quite alright. Thank you for being so honest. See, Edgy, isn't Judy the absolute best?
I trust you won't take advantage of her kindness and will make amends somehow.
I sure will. Once I make it as an artist, I'm going to give her one of my many paintings. She was one of my models after all, it's only fair. At this rate, I suspect he's likely to make more trouble than amends.
Don't you think it'd be better for you to keep out of her way for a very long while?
Oh, but I will be keeping out of her way because I sketched her and the others already.
Her and the others?
Keen to see my work, huh? Yeah, I drew a few great sketches of some ravishing beauties, wanna see? Interested in Larissa's ravishing beauties, huh, Mr. Edgewood?
I'm afraid you've correctly misjudged, Kay. I simply wish to see if Larry's captured any unusual details this time, too.
Unusual details? Nothing's unusual about these. They're my best work yet. Really? Now I want to see them, too. Aw, you're a sweetheart, Kay. Alright, let me dig them out for you. Give me a sec, okay? I suppose you might as well take a look. Yeah, show me the sketches.
So these sketches of yours.
Seriously, Edgy, if you wanted to check out my art, you should have just said so from the get-go. Here, feast your eyes on this. Wait, how do I... Clear the thing. No. Oh, that's not it. Shoot.
What am I looking at here?
I told you already, ravishing beauties. Just a few of the fair faces that have caught my eye since I've been here, you know. There's Verity and Judy and somebody else. Why did you draw them all on the same page? Well, I meant to draw the room first, just something to pass the time. Then I saw one beauty and another, and well, I just scribbled them all down as I went. Ah.
So these were all drawn at different times.
Yeah, I guess. Did one of you too, Kay. You're on a different page, though. Wow, you did? I'm flattered.
How true to life are these sketches? Did you only draw what you actually saw?
Of course. Think I draw things I can't see, like using my imagination? Nope, these are 100% true to life, right down to the exact shade of each color. I wish I could see what Scone is doing. So the colors are accurate. Interesting. Much as it pains me to admit it, Larry may have provided me with a useful piece of evidence yet again. The serving cart in the sketch, for example, if I compare it to the one here in the room, there's a clear contradiction between the two. I think a little deduction is in order.
Could I borrow this page for a while, Larry?
Sure thing. You want me to sign it for you?
Just the page, please.
Sketches depicting exactly what Larry saw. Okay. Hold on, I'll be back. Gotta deduce. Okay. Wait, why don't I have... I don't have what I expected to have. These, right? Yeah, this is...
I suspect the difference in aroma we notice is due to the teapots having been switched.
You do?
I can't see what else it could have been. The tea itself hadn't changed. Why don't we ask Miss Bound just to be sure? Miss Bound, the difference in aroma we noticed, do you think it could have been because of the different teapots?
I suppose so.
My cup just now had a subtle minty scent, rather like Ova tea.
Oh, I just remembered. I made some peppermint tea in that pot only yesterday. That must be where the minty aroma is coming from. Tea has a refreshing aroma because it's in a different teapot from this morning. Okay. Could that really be it? Yeah, there we go.
The tea from the teapot Larry switched in from under the cart smelled faintly of mint.
Right, Miss Bound said she used that pot to make peppermint tea yesterday.
Yes, but there's something else that's been troubling me. Miss Bound seemed more taken aback by the switching of the teapots than the breaking of one.
You're right, you'd expect it to be the other way around.
I suspect she might have been deliberately hiding the teapot underneath the cart.
But why?
One of Ubiquium's key characteristics is its minty fragrance. So what if she'd been hiding some in that teapot?
What? In the teapot?
It's simply a possibility, but one worth investigating, I believe.
Oh.
Mr. Winter, any luck finding that Ubiquium?
Huh? Oh. My people are searching the entire gallery, but they haven't found anything yet. And what about you? Don't tell me you know where it came from.
I may have an idea.
I knew it. If I can't find it, there's no chance of useless... But you do know where it came from.
Yes.
What? Where?
Miss Bound's teapot.
Wow, nice piece. I like it. Yeah, this looks like a fitting prize for a natural-born winner.
It's not a prize, it's a vital piece of evidence.
No, it's just evidence. Then I'll have one of the forensics people check it out. Mr. Edgeworth, is there some sort of problem with my teapot?
Possibly. The minty fragrance we noticed coming from it. I think it just might be the scent of one of the chemicals used to make the poison gas.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, surely you don't think I had anything to do with that?
I'm afraid I do. The method used to create the gas would have required considerable preparation. Nobody would have had the time or the opportunity to set that up except you.
That's not strictly true. It took around a week to get Zodiac Hall ready for the exhibition. There were all kinds of people coming and going through here during that time. Delicia, for one. So you see, I'm not the only person who could have set it all up.
Miss Scone is on our radar too, of course. You needn't worry about that.
Besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about making poison gas. But even if you did find some ubiquium in my teapot, I haven't had any idea what to do with it. But I suppose we should see what the test results say first. Miss Bound claims she doesn't know the first thing about making poison gas. I need to find a way to prove that she's lying. Oh, no!
Edgeworth speaking.
Sir, it's me.
Is everything alright, Detective?
Everybody's left the Winter Wing. It's just me in here now. Which means I can tell you what we found. You really shouldn't be sharing information about the investigation. But after the past week or so, I'm not about to stop him now. The exhibits in here have all completely melted. All that's left in the display cases is some stuff at the bottom. More of it in the Taurus case than the Gemini case, though.
Then describe the stuff for me if you can.
Yes, sir. It's like a pale blue liquid. I had the lab run some tests just now. The sample from the Taurus case just had a bunch of sugar in it. But the one from the Gemini case had 3 different substances in it.
Which were?
Sugar, salt, and blood.
Blood?
What are salt and blood doing in the Gemini case's sample? Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir.
Please do, Detective.
Oh, I also spoke over the radio with the forensics guy working in the fountain room. He said he just got word that the sugar they found in the fountain matches the sugar in the pale blue liquid.
I see. That might well prove to be a significant development.
Results of the analysis conducted on the melted contents of the Gemini case.
Anything else to report, Detective?
Yes, sir. We found one of those light-emitting devices here in the Winter Wing, too.
There were a few of those being used in the Autumn Wing to disguise it as the Winter Wing, as I recall.
Seems that the equipment from 18 years ago is more than just for show. I need to talk to Miss Scone about this. Anyhow, I better be getting back to it. I'll let you know as soon as we hear from the lab about that blood.
Yes, thank you, Detective.
Was that Gummy? Seemed like he had a lot to say.
He did, and all of it very useful.
I'm going to prove that Miss Bound's claims about who could have set up the poison gas trap are false. I'll need to talk to a certain somebody else who was here 18 years ago.
Miss Scone, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may.
Oh, of course, dearie. Fire away. Anything for you, Milesy Smilesy and dear. Sweet little tooth decay.
I'd appreciate it if that was the last time you called me Milesy Smilesy.
I'm not a fan of tooth decay either. Oh, you just have to like it or lump it. I can't change a nickname once I've settled on it. Ugh. Well, I guess we tried. Alright, talking about the decorations.
What can you tell us about the various devices used to decorate the gallery's exhibits? There seem to be some pretty specialized items in use. Light-emitting devices, luminous fabrics.
Oh, I can tell you all about those, dearie. After all, I'm the one who gave them to Moody Judy. It's my way of saying sorry after I broke the rules all those years ago. I bought her 4 lovely new salt lamps and gave her the 4 pieces of luminous cloth I used for the contest. Wow, that's super generous of you, is it? Well, us girls have to do our best, don't we? Not everybody understands, of course. That had better not be a dig at me, Delish. I told you how kind I thought that was. Oh, yes, back when you were a dear, sweet, innocent baby boy. What happened to you, eh? Dear, sweet, innocent boy? Mr. Fender? Can't quite picture that, I have to say.
So these decorations, they're all the same as the ones you saw 18 years ago, correct?
Yep, salt lamps, glowing fabric, light-emitting doodads, the whole bit.
There are 4 luminous cloths used in the autumn wing, but I'm sure I saw another one somewhere. Not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere. I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That cloth looks familiar.
Yeah.
Maybe I should jog her memory with something so Miss Scone will tell us more.
You had a piece of fabric like this in your bag, did you not, Miss Scone? Albeit a somewhat grimier one.
Grimy? How rude. You won't get people to cooperate with your little investigation like that, young man.
Shall I call it a dish towel then? Perhaps you used it to wipe up some sort of spillage.
A spillage, he says. The cheek. That's a piece of highly specialized luminous cloth. Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous cloth, if you don't mind. Why didn't you want me to know you had a piece of luminous cloth in your bag?
Oh, well, I suppose there's no point in hiding it now, is there? You must know I fished it out of the fountain. Alright, which we saw in Larry's sketch, so that tracks. It was right before they called me into the autumn wing. So Larry's sketch of Miss Scone is of when she was trying to retrieve the cloth, yep. At first I thought it was one of those ones I'd given Moody Judy.
One of the 4 you'd given to the gallery, correct?
Yes, exactly. But all 4 were being used in the autumn wing, weren't they? So I realized it must be the one that went missing all those years ago. I'd already had my Infesticide Ultra pinched and used to make poison gas. If one of my cloths turned out to have been used in some sort of dastardly deed too, well, I was gonna look guilty as sin, wasn't I? So I kept it hidden in my bag and hoped for the best.
I see.
Oh, it does feel good to get it off my chest, though. Stress is no good for the complexion. Alright, so the cloth that disappeared 18 years ago, the one that the victim was wrapped in, just happens to reappeared in the fountain at the same time as the body. Lost 18 years ago, only to be rediscovered floating in the fountain. Oh, I guess tell me about making poisonous gas.
Miss Scone, you're something of a specialist. How might someone learn to make the poisonous gas that was used in the attack? Any ideas?
Well, any pharmacist who's ever handled Infesticide Ultra would know for a start. After all, it says it right there on the label, do not mix with products containing ubiquium, ever.
But what about a layperson? It's unlikely they'd know, wouldn't you say?
I suppose so, yes. Well, not unless they'd had a nose through the Ultimate Cookbook anyway. Oh, the prize from the contest 18 years ago. The recipe for making Infesticide Ultra, along with not mixing with ubiquium, is in there, you know. Oh, no. Contains instructions for creating poison gas. Why is that in the Ultimate Cookbook?
So you're familiar with the contents of the book?
Oh, yes, dear. I know it inside and out, because I work for the Tangora Group, see? We're the company behind Cold Killer X. I'm sure you heard of it. Cold Killer X fights back sniffles and sneezes with ease, apparently. After Sammy Poople was found guilty, the company took custody of the book. They only grant their most trusted people access to it, of course. Which means Miss Scone is one of these elites, I suppose. Alright, I guess we're moving on. We'll go ahead and call it an episode here. We'll continue our investigation in the next one. Hope you're also enjoying this. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.